24/7 with the First Alert Live Weather Blog.
Hurricane Matthew, a Category 4 storm, packing 140-mile-per-hour winds, and it could get even stronger as it zeroes in on the Florida coast. The storm already has left at least 114 people dead, most of them in the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. We're talking about the island nation of Haiti. Here in the States, we're expecting Matthew to brush up against some 500 miles of the southeast coast. Florida under state of emergency tonight, and hurricane warnings stretch the entire East Coast into parts of South Carolina. The National Hurricane Center says even without a direct hit, Matthew will likely have a devastating impact on Florida and could make some areas unlivable for weeks or even months to come. Our chief meteorologist, Topper Shutt, tracking the storm. He's here with the latest on the path of Matthew. Topper?
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's probably worth repeating. Even though it doesn't make landfall, it's still going to produce hurricane force winds along the east coast of Florida. Okay. Look at the eye. It is just about to cross over Grand Bahama, just to the right over Freeport almost. I can't imagine what's going on there right now. It's just massive, massive winds. It's got gusts to 160 miles an hour. And because the eye is here, the highest gusts are actually going to be on Grand Bahama. All right, we will talk about the track. Still moving northwest at about 12 miles an hour, 13 miles an hour. Still about 90 miles to the east-southeast of West Palm Beach. All right, here we go. It's Category 4. Now we're going to stop at 2 a.m. tonight. Winds 130 miles an hour and very close to Fort Pierce, but still offshore, probably 75 miles offshore. But then it does sort of get very, very close to making landfall right over Cape Canaveral. And by that time, it's going to be a Category 4, weakening to a Category 3. By 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon, winds are down to 125 miles per hour. But remember, either side of the storm, 20, 30 miles, you're going to have hurricane force winds. Then it sort of hugs the coast. This is a little different than yesterday, a little closer to the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. But good news is it's weakening. Now by 2 p.m. on Saturday, winds are 90 miles an hour just south of Charleston. Charleston's biggest problem is not going to be winds. It's going to be storm surge, and it's going to be about 10 to 15 inches of rain. And then it does a complete loop. I got an email a minute ago, will it come back and hit the southeast coast? Probably not. It's going to weaken as we go through next week. It could move back just to produce a little bit of rainfall, but for the most part, once it passes, it will weaken, and that will be the end of Matthew's devastation. We'll come back, we'll talk rainfall, and we'll talk storm surge.
And tonight, Florida's governor is warning residents, begging in some cases to take this storm seriously. He's using language like this: "This storm will kill you. Time is running out." Here's a look along the coast, starting with WUSA 9's Ellison Barber. She's in St. Augustine, Florida.
The winds are picking up here. The waves are getting choppier. I'm going to step out of the way and let you take a look at what's going on behind me. You can see the storm really is starting to get bigger and bigger here at Montanza Inlet. We really haven't seen any people down in this area. That's a good thing. This is one of those areas where they've been telling people to get out and evacuate. Most people seem to be heeding that warning. And if you look behind me again, you can see exactly why the weather is getting worse the longer we stand here. Reporting at Montanza Inlet, I'm Ellison Barber.
Evacuations here in Myrtle Beach began at noon on Thursday. For those living in the zone closest to the ocean, state officials waited longer to evacuate Myrtle Beach because it is expected to be the last area to be hit by Hurricane Matthew. At the Sand Bucket Motel on Ocean Boulevard, plywood is now going up to cover the front office windows. Some of the motel guests left Thursday morning, while others tell me they're planning to wait it out. Just one block over, I found several homes where neighbors left long before those evacuation orders.
The beachfront properties, there's quite a few people that left, I think, the other day when they first came out with the warning.
Neighbors won't be forced to leave, but officials say they could be putting others at risk if they choose to stay.
It's kind of nerve-wracking a little bit, because they're going to shut everything down, chase everybody out.
And the National Weather Service is expecting the brunt of the storm to start impacting the Myrtle Beach area Friday night into Saturday morning. I'm Ryan Kruger in Myrtle Beach. Now back to you.
Okay, coming up later in the broadcast, I'm going to be talking live with CBS correspondent Don Champion. He's going to be live in Daytona Beach, Florida. And of course, you can track the hurricane any time of day with the free WUSA 9 app. Topper Shutt and our other meteorologists are also live blogging the storm. Whenever there's new information from the National Hurricane Center, they will, of course, post an update. Turning the page, is Donald Trump a liability for Republicans? That's the hope of the Democratic challenger trying to unseat Virginia Congresswoman Barbara Comstock. At a debate in Ashburn, Virginia today, Democrat Luann Bennett tried to tie Comstock to Trump, while the Republican candidate tried to tie Bennett to Hillary Clinton. Our Northern Virginia Bureau Chief, Peggy Fox, brings us the highlights.
The debate here at the National Conference Center was civil, but Congresswoman Barbara Comstock did face a friendlier audience before the Loudoun County Chamber of Commerce. Her opponent, Democratic challenger Luann Bennett, did have to contend with some jeering laughter. With the first question about the Affordable Care Act, some in the business crowd laughed at Luann Bennett's answer.
The Affordable Care Act has made health care more affordable, and it has created access.
Barbara Comstock says Obamacare needs to be repealed and replaced.
We can transition into a new plan that is a 21st century health care plan that gives you more control, really helps with businesses.
They were asked if the federal government should fund Metro.
We need the federal government to take responsibility for our infrastructure nationwide, and certainly here, Metro. My opponent, however, as I said earlier, voted against moving the Metro system all the way to Loudoun County. This is going to be one of the greatest economic drivers in the 10th district that we have ever seen. That was a bad vote, and it was a vote taken because of ideological extremism.
I am working very closely on Metro. My opponent has misrepresented my vote on that. I have always supported Metro, and I will continue. And I restored $75 million for Metro when my own Republican Party tried to take it out, and worked with my Democrat colleagues to do that.
A question about those drastic sequestration cuts.
We need a Congress that will pass budgets and not create gimmicks to do cross-the-board cuts. Congresswoman Comstock is a part of this obstructionist, ineffective Congress.
And that's why we so strongly advocated the $40 billion in additional defense funding and stopping those sequester cuts. I will continue to oppose those. I mean, that was something that President Obama thought would be a good gimmick, and he put it in there. It's not working, and there is bipartisan opposition to it.
More contrast came out with a question about the EPA's Clean Air Act.
The Congresswoman has not really come quite so far as to acknowledge that climate change is real. We're not going to solve this problem until we acknowledge that it exists, and we should be leading in the green energy new economy.
We've tried to stop that in Congress while still having a cleaner and healthier environment. Our data centers have to have affordable energies, and we are a center for that. So I will work with all of the parties, and we do understand that the earth is warming, and we're working with it, but we can't destroy our economy while we're at it.
This is another way that the Congresswoman actually is right in line with Donald Trump. One of them calls climate change a hoax, the other one a myth.
Well, my opponent has said that Hillary Clinton needs a Congress who will enforce her agenda. And her agenda includes $1 trillion more in tax increases. So tax increases that my opponent apparently supports.
And I think she owes the voters an answer to the question, does she support the top of her ticket? She will not give that answer. She is playing both sides of the issue depending on where she is in the district.
Is there a specific reason why you're not endorsing Donald Trump?
Well, I'm focused on my race right now.
Comstock says she is still deciding whether she'll vote for Trump. In Ashburn, Peggy Fox, WUSA 9.
Peggy, thanks for that. Comstock and Bennett will debate one more time before the election next month. The presidential candidates will face off in a town hall debate this weekend. You know that. After the break, millennials weigh in on who they think will be better prepared. And Topper Shutt will have an update on Hurricane Matthew. We're back after this with Off Script.
The First Alert Live weather blog has the latest track of Hurricane Matthew.
What is WAEPA? It's a nonprofit association serving over 40,000 federal employees like you by offering options that can save you money. Federal Life open season is now. Want to know more? Check it out at waepa.org.
You're a witch, right?
Uh-huh.
What do you think of my Popeye's $4 Wicked Good deal?